So, morning guys, and welcome to XP11. So today we take a flight in the UK, so flying from London Heathrow Airport, the capital's airport, to Inverness. Flying the A319 once again, so flying today in British Airways colours. And our flight is taking us up north as Speedbird 1466. So it should be a good one today. Not expecting too much out of the way of this flight. Bit cloudy out of London, but as we head north, we're expecting it to be relatively clear, although our approach again should be a little bit cloudy as well on finals, so we will see how that goes. Make sure my lighting's all set properly as well. That's better, kind of. Again, need to try and get that balance right. Welcome Swati, how are you? Is there ATC today? Let's have a look. I don't think there is at the moment. Where is it, that one? Nope, not at the moment. It's a bit too early on a Sunday. Sorry, Saturday for ATC, I must admit. Right, let's program everything ready to go. So we'll line the IRS on the systems. We'll head to the FMS and we'll get that to align, as that's a relatively a quick task. I want to be airborne about 20 minutes, so it's going to be a bit of a tight departure. But we'll do it. Right, align the IRS, and then we'll let that align in the background. We'll also start up packs, so let's pop open the menu, and let's start boarding. So flying from Heathrow to Inverness, flight number is BA14, isn't it? 17. Confirm. No. Okay. Well, we'll go as a flight number then. So 1466. Cruising altitude at 34,000 today. Flight time is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Time to take off is 0 and 13. So 12 by the time we've finished. We're flying in type Airbus A319 with 150 people on board. No Wi-Fi, no IFE, no music, no briefing. I believe I got them somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where I've saved them. Snacks and drinks, yes, but no meals. Cool. Aircraft now start boarding in background. Let's prepare the panels and get the systems up as far as I need. Joining you, sounds good. Thank you very much, man. Kevin, I'm not doing too bad. It should be a good day today, Saturday. Do this panel first, and then we'll do the overhead setup. We just need to remember to turn on the radios and start getting ourselves live. So 1, 2, and 3. That should be that. Alarm the emergency lights. We'll turn on the navigation logos, and we shall. I've not turned on that panel yet, haven't I? There we go. Gate number. We are at gate or stand 505 today. Right, let's go to ToLiss and let's start programming our flight today. So flight number is BA1466, flying with a cost index of, let's grab the flight plan, cost index of 5, cruising at 340. We have fuel on board, 6,106. We can do 6,100. Thank you very much, Ryan, following on Twitch. Much appreciated. How are you doing today? Joining 507. Sounds good, man. Can't wait to see you pop up next to me. Right, do a quick refuel. We have 150 people on board, so 145 is the max total allow. We'll use those numbers now. We'll use active flight plan. Runway. Yeah, that's fine. ZFW is 56.9 with a centre of gravity of 27.5. So yeah, that again, 56.9 stroke 27.9. That's better. Block fuel is 6.1. Technically we're about, well, we are 6 kilos under our amount of fuel we're supposed to have, but 6 kilos isn't going to do much for us, to be fair. Right, so that's fine. Initialization, performance. Performance. Not yet. Let's plug in our departure. I'll actually plug in our route as a whole. A few waypoints, but not too many for us today. we'll be starting off with Umlat, sorry. Not in database. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's see what departures are available. Do we have an Umlat departure we could sneak in there? 27 right is our departure runway. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. So there's no Umlat. We'll go straight to Welling, hopefully. Welling. There, that's got at least. We're not going to be completely out of it. Let's see, if there's no waypoints, then I'll have a massive problem. Tango 420 to TNT, followed by Uniform November 57 to Pole, UN 601 to TLA, followed by directs to Foil, oh yes, insert that, sorry, and then at the bottom we insert Foil. After Foil, it is back into you, Airways, November 560 to Nesty, and then it's directs to Gussie. So again, insert temporary, and then stick to the bottom of the flight plan. After Gussie, it's directs to Inns, and then directs to the airport, runway 23, set to land on. So we'll clear discontinuity, and we'll finalise that. Cool. Let's see what you guys are saying now. Why don't you fly 737? But no, not today. Perhaps another time. Look out for a BA 737. I mean, they haven't had them for a couple of years, but sure. Sans, what was it? 507 you say you'll be on. So you will be 506, 507, about here. Give me 2 seconds. This is on charge as well. Cool. Passengers are boarding. Turn up the volume a little bit for PAX, since I know that's been a bit quiet recently. In fact, on 3% volume probably doesn't bode with that. How's one save? And it's automatic now. I don't know. We've got Discord Rich presence now. Okay, yes, we'll take that then. Plugins, packs, toggle hards. Is it 747? You are not here. Oh, sorry, am I in a 747? No, I'm in a Airbus A320 today. Welcome, John. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. 2 minutes till IRS is lined. We have refueled now, so Seatbelt sign come on. And that's automatic as well. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. This is an Airbus A319 today. Alright, cruising at 34,000. Takeoff speed, so we also need to program that as well. So open up the ToLiss menu again, using active flight plan. So it's departure runway first. Do not do that. Okay, I'll do it again, sorry. 27 right. Via... There's no Wellington departure, so we'll just go direct, I guess. No SIDS. And insert. 27 right. That is... It's not this one, is it? Actually, it is, isn't it? 27 right. Okay, so it's not a massive taxi. If it was 27 left, we're going across the entire airport, so I guess that's not too bad for us. Alright, 1 flaps, active flight plan. We'll go over to performance, and it's 150, 150, rotate, 152. Flaps 1, stroke, looks like 0, and flex the temp is 73. Right, that's our flights now programmed. That is us ready to depart when ready. Yeah, see you on takeoff. We'll stick you on flight plan or remove the GPS lost error message. RS lines in 1 minute, so not too long to go now until ready to disappear. Make sure that my throttle's not set to reverse thrust. Messed around in flight simulators last night. We'd love to see more long haul flights. I'd love to see them as well, but like I say, given that only like 3 weeks ago I did that massive 21-hour flight from London to Australia, I will do more, don't you worry. I think maybe next week I'll leave something going on long distance, but we'll see. Right, we'll call the pushback tug. We'll get ourselves ready to depart shortly.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Not yet. Let's start up the APU first, shall we? So actually make sure that we are ready to fly before we start calling ground vehicles to move us away. APU running. Cockpit needs to be secured. Yeah, it does move. I don't know why my nose gets very itchy sometimes. We'll set that. That's fine. Yeah, okay, so it's just AP now and for at this point. What London Underground lines do you like? The Bakery, the Bakerloo, or the Hammersmith City? I mean, I quite like the Metropolitan line. Not a nice fan of the rolling stock, but the route itself's rather good. I quite like the Waterloo and City. That's a very fun one to ride on. Also, the only London Underground line that's actually ridden from end to end. I can't think of any other underground line that I have started at one station and rode it all the way to the other end. So, yeah. Airbus or Boeing? I am definitely a Boeing guy. I do prefer my Boeing aircraft to my Airbus. Right, APU is available. So, start the APU bleeds. We'll turn off the external power and we'll get ourselves independent of the ground. 18, okay, so you depart in the next 2 minutes or so. Ground services, no power remove. Just call the pushback tug and let's get ourselves ready to go.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Alright, so pushback tug's now going to head up. We'll start up the strobe lights and beacon lights to announce that we are ready for engine start. There's no ATC at the moment, so let's press in one. Stand 507 is a Griffon fighter plane, so fair enough. It's fairly sure it's a Griffon. Perspective. Okay, warning complete, ready for pushback. It's good to hear. Pushback tug should now be on the airplane, which it is.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Who taught you the pre-prep for the 320? My brother did, and a lot of it's kind of like trial and error as well. Whenever I learn an airplane in Flight Simulator, it's quite a bit of trial and error until I can figure out a way to get it working. I don't read manuals. I really should, but I don't. Did you say ready to connect or ready to push? Okay, no, sorry. Parking brake stays on a bit longer then. Also make sure that we have our information correct. So I should have done that before. The announce ready to go. 1019, broken house 600, clear visibility over 10 miles. So it's just a few clouds at 2,600 to worry about.
Release parking brake.
The rest of it is rather grand. Parking brake released. Let's get going.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
On the ignition switch, we are pushing back. Engine 2 start. Make sure that this is going to work. Because my one theory in these aircraft startups, I've done something wrong to enable that, to ensure that the aircraft won't start. It looks like on this occasion we have got fire. Cabin crew now start their pre-flight checks.
Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Who's that?
In case of unexpected.
Ooh, got ATC, do we? Ah, no, it's you. Speedbird 1449.
Now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards
Right,
the exit.
engine 2 has started. Start up engine 1. There's the PTA. As soon as engine 2 starts, we'll then switch off the APU. We'll also prepare the aircraft for takeoff. So that'll be flaps down. It's auto trim, so it needs set trim, do the systems check, and all of that. There we go. APU off. Flaps down to 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Max brake set. Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Electric flight controls, which we got the controls live. So elevators are active. Ailerons are active. Rudders active. I'm more happy with that. Speed brakes go up. Speed brakes go down. Do a takeoff config. Also put you back onto engine modes. Cabin check. Pre-takeoff check is complete. Like for you to ride the hand signals, and we are ready to depart. ATC seems angry.
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
I mean, there is no actual tower at the moment. It is just Unicom. I'm not quite sure who exactly is angry at the moment. I hope they're alright. Has it been alright? So let's look at it from the co-pilot side. I'll be a little bit behind schedule on departure, but hopefully we'll be able to gain some minutes once we're in the air. Parking brakes released, a little bit of throttle. Taxi lights on. APU is just shut down now, you can hear the whine of that. How are you doing over there? Still at gates in your Griffon 747? So head to the end of the runway, all the parts, should then be a relatively short takeoff. 0825 James. Not quite sure what you mean by that, Sophie, but welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel, how are you doing today? Ryan 18792, how are you doing, Ryan? Welcome to the stream. Ah, you've come over from Twitch, have you? Nice to see. Welcome Captain 320, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. So a couple of people joining now when we're on our taxis and runway. And I guess it's always a good time to join, especially once we've now completed our pre-flight checks. Not too bad, apart from sunburn. Whereabouts do you live to get sunburn? Certainly not the UK. I mean, we've had some sun, but not much of it. Even today, it's quite bad cloud cover. So when that gets to my volunteer railway later, I'm expecting to be relatively cool today. Yeah, face cam is now working. So I had a few issues with it. Apparently something went wrong with my Windows registry file, so I had to manually edit the registry files to activate it once again. Bit of a pain, but if it works, it works. I'm not here to complain. Nottingham. Fair enough, yesterday. Yeah, I'm sure it's not too bad sunburn. Must say, very excited at the moment with the pending release of Microsoft Flight Simulator. That is a month away today. 1 month to go. Based on what I've seen so far, it is going to be a magical flight sim. I just hope that the default aircraft live up to the same standard as the scenery. Twitch is a delay, does it? Interesting. What are the new Microsoft Flight Sim coming out next month? As I just say, I hope it is the next gen of flight sims. I mean, I've always been a Microsoft Flight Simulator fan. Back in 2006, I picked up my first flight sim, FS 2004, and ever since then, I've just been flying. So it's nice to see the king of flight sim back in the genre. I won't uninstall X-Plane. X-Plane is here to stay, that's for sure. I mean, there are a lot of aircraft on this platform that I do want to fly, and especially at the moment if there's like no 737 from default, and Zybo absolutely would be the go-to. But as I say, hopefully default aircraft live up to the default scenery standards. If they do, we're on for a winner. Thinking of getting another flight sim only train sim always. Love the flight sim. In the Krypton Factor on TV. Oh, so you're a train sim person, are you, Sophie? To be fair, the Microsoft Flight Simulator, this kind, has certainly inspired the interest of a lot of people. Not many who generally see themselves as flight simmers have all of a sudden, wow, seen this and were like, wow, okay. We used Alpha 4 for departure today. Whoops. Just need to remember I've actually forgotten Projects Fly. That's better. You guys should remind me if I'm not using Projects Fly. I'm sure one of you is at least tracking me. Right, so turn on the takeoff lights. Squeeze Alpha 4 to enter the runway. X-Plane is a little outdated, but still awesome sim. Oh, absolutely. X-Plane's the platform's fantastic, especially when it comes to the flight dynamics. This is beautiful. Right. Whoops. Forgot one thing. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Please be seated for departure. Now we have to stop the aircraft for a moment, while cabin crew actually sit themselves down. make sure we do a quick check. So flaps down, spoilers armed, pre-takeoff check is complete, landing lights active, we have takeoff clearance. Right, let's get going. Whoops, yes. 50%, engines are stable. V1 rotates. V2. Gear up, climb. Throttles back to climb. Autopilot's active. I'll just press all the buttons just to confirm that that's up to 1. Sorry, that's up entirely. Off we go. Welcome Dennis, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Shaky, definitely a bit shaky, but not too bad. Don't you have flight departures? Not always. Not always. Just about to fly over RF Norfolk there. We'll be able to spot Denham to our left. Denham Aerodrome. To our north should be Elstree. That cloud cover will mean that we won't be able to see much of the ground for much longer. How different are the flights compared to real life? Hope it's not off. I mean, based on GA aircraft that I've flown in real life, as well as gliders, I mean, X-Plane's R21 is a very capable glider. And, yeah, based on what I've flown in real life, X-Plane's not that bad of a flight sim. There's some things it exaggerates a little bit. So, prop drift, for example, is well too much in X-Plane compared to real life. But, yeah, generally it's not too bad. That was Denham just there in the clouds. Okay, it's going to be a little bit cloudy at the moment, so I don't think I see too much of the wild scenery. Microsoft Flight Simulator supposedly like flying in real life. I mean, that's what they're aiming for. But ultimately, we'll have to see what it's like when it releases, because at the end of the day, no flight sim I've ever used feels real life. There's no way you can get the same feeling of being in a real aircraft. The vibrations, especially, just the feeling of being in the cockpit as you're flying at 3,000 feet. There's nothing that you can get to real life. As it stands, I'd say X-Plane is by far the closest when it comes to flight dynamics, and we'll see what Microsoft gives us as soon as it comes out. Where are we over now? I believe that's Amersham. Is that the Metropolitan line? Yes, that's Amersham now we're over. We've passed through 10,000, landing lights are coming off. And now at this point there's nothing for me to do until top of descents. So yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy the flights. If you guys want to talk about Microsoft Flight Simulator, then do join my Discord server. Links in the description. Certainly, I'm sure it'd be nice to get a few people to start talking about the new platform, as well as kind of things that you're excited for. I'd like to know what you're up to. You never know. As soon as it comes out, a couple of videos on the way as well. A couple of live streams for sure. Oh yeah, the Microsoft Flight Simulator coming out, and then 2 days later you've got Train Sim Worlds 2. So it's going to be a very busy week for me there, live streaming. A very busy week indeed. Alright, so far so good. Cross climbing. Yeah, Train Sim was delayed till the 20th of August. Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out on the 18th of August. So you have 18th of August Flight Sim, 20th of August Train Sim, and very busy streaming schedule for me. So I'll turn off the Seatbelt sign now, since I'm quite happy with the aircraft being stable. Put back by 2 weeks, yes it was, and that's to enable the legacy contents to be compatible with the new scenario editor and planning, which I'm very grateful for. You on Discord, Sophie? Or are you not on for the socials? If you are, join the server. I'm sure we can have a chat about train sims as well, absolutely. I mean, today, like I said, I'm going to my volunteering railway, so today I'll be a little bit busy. But that shift ends it's about 6:30 my shift ends today, so I've got 6 trains to manage. 6 trains to guards today, which will be rather good. Hopefully in about 5 months or so, I'll be able to qualify for driving, so I can't wait to start driving trains at the railway, that's for sure. I must say, whoops. Seatbelts on. Some turbulence that. In the description, there's a link. Check the link in the description. We're about to pass through 185, 18,500s. We're about halfway to cruise now. Actually, we're over halfway to cruise. 340 should be 15. 157's halfway. Ooh, my ignition's still on. Whoops. Also, that should be active as well. Come on, Drawyah. It's on the screen. It's right in front of you, and you still can't be missing this stuff. Ground license on. That's fine because we're in the air now. We'll turn on the terrain radar as well, especially when it comes to approach, because we'll be making our descent into the Scottish Highlands. There are mountains that surround the Inverness airport, so we try to avoid those if possible. Inverness I went to in March. It was actually my first time in Scotland, but yeah, I went to Inverness in March. The scenery and approach is beautiful. The mountains, the highlands that kind of peek over the clouds. I mean, yeah, it is a beautiful country. And I went to go gliding there, which is even more like, it's beautiful. Massive shout out to my friend over there. He's a great guy. It's time for everyone. I do like him. More people should be like that. It's 2:39 Texas. What are you doing awake then? Go to bed. This is not worth it. Thank you for following Thank you. It's 3:39 Singapore. Singapore makes a bit more sense because you're in the afternoon, not 2 in the morning like my friend over in Texas. It's always worth watching live streams anytime. I mean, the fact is, because my weekends are busy, it's going to be like this time every single week from now on, unless I do like an evening stream, but evening stream's a bit more difficult to manage, especially after a long day. I'm glad you enjoy the stuff. Down the Discord, thanks for like, no worries. Welcome aboard. To be fair, if you're into train sims, then there are a fair few good servers out there. I mean, you've got the Train Sim Discord as well, the unofficial community group for that. I'll drop you a message. I'll send you a couple of servers that you'll be interested in for train sims. Give that server goes away. If you're into train simulators, then that Discord server there is pretty much everything to do with trains. Well, tablets are stops now, so we'll turn off the seatbelt sign again. And see how that goes the rest of the flights. We would also start the snack service. Start getting our passengers fed. Looking forward to new flight sim and Bakerloo Line trains on R2. Absolutely, absolutely. If you mess up your name, call you Goose. No worries, Nifs. NT. How you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Got the cloud cover has cleared up a little bit. About to pass through 29,000, flight level 290. Welcome, Ender, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Good day. All good over here today. Good eye, right? Gonna load on new flight sim on your Xbox. I mean, do be aware, on Xbox it's not out for a couple of months. The PC version's out on August 18th, but the Xbox version is not yet ready, so the Xbox version will be out towards the end of the year, probably towards the release of the new consoles, I'd say. But if you have Game Pass, then load up Game Pass for Windows and you'll be able to use it there on day one, so it's not too bad. Alright, pass through 30,000 now, 300. Nearly at cruising altitude. Have a look where we are on the map. Currently over at Leicestershire. Not looking too bad at the moment. Bad PC, can't trip. No worries. Actually getting new names, that's fine. Sounds good, man. I mean, I can run most games without a problem. Most modern games I can run high spec, worst case scenario, medium high. And so, yeah, for the most part, if you're getting similar specs to mine, then you'll be alright. You'll be alright with it. Thank you for following as the 11111. Thank you. Stop chatting for now, seeing no issue. No worries, man. Take care. Gonna get the Ryzen 5 and 1650. That's not a bad bit of kit. It's you, Ryan. Ah, okay. Back on the Twitch account. What was I gonna say? Yeah, 1650 is a decent card. Ryzen 5 is a very nice chip. You'll be alright with that. I might turn a weather radar on as well, actually, just because I know that this is going to be a bit cloudy on approach. I will be honest though, I actually don't remember how to turn on the weather radar on the A320. Let's have a quick look. Ah, there you go. Apparently it's already turned on. Is that it? I'm not too sure, if I'm totally honest with you. I genuinely don't know. Next short haul. So today I'm flying to Inverness from London Heathrow. I'm not sure where I'll fly to next. Past Leicestershire, we're now flying over Derby. That isn't working. Yes, 20th of August, Train Sim World 2 releases. Have you pre-ordered? Not yet. Not yet. I will do. I'm mainly just waiting for the end of month paycheck to arrive for a pre-ordered flight sim, so I will do it. Don't you worry. I'm not sure if it's on Game Pass, Train Sim World 2. I know Train Sim World 2020 is. I imagine it will be, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Let's have a look. It's 3,1,800, scattered at 3,300s. Otherwise, VC's plus 10, so there's no fog to worry about. Just QNH 1019 when we do land. Are you talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator or Train Sim World 2? Because Microsoft Flight Simulator is on Game Pass. Train Sim World 2, I'm not sure if it is. But Microsoft Flight Simulator is on Game Pass, and yeah, especially for those who want to kind of like begin their first few steps in Microsoft Flight Sim, it's a very nice way to do it, having it available with virtually everyone. Specs arrivals at 40 minutes, ETA is 08:29, so it's pretty much spot on, because I wanted to land around 9:30 in real time, so that's Yeah, it's virtually spot on for me. I mean, taxi to the runway is not too difficult, especially from runway 23. It's a straight line path to it. At some point we'll program our descent, but like I said, I'm not expecting too crazy out of that. Thank you for following the Virtual Pilot's APJ, much appreciated. Much appreciated. How you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Runway 23, it's a direct approaching today apparently, so we will hope for the best. Arrival. ILS 23. No stars, okay. No via. No, we're not disappointed. Oh, there is. Okay. How's that look then? So come on in. Foil. Person. Invest. Ooh, okay. So it's an interesting approach that. We're going to overfly the airfields. And then we loop around into the land. It's not my favourite approach, but here's what we've been given, so... I wonder, INS. Can we skip to INSs? How do you get your cleared into the A320? Clear INS. Clear INS 10. You stick a point there and get a seat. And now that makes more sense to me, so we'll accept that. Again, it's an interesting loop there we've been given, but if it works, it works. Welcome, Nilly's, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. 737 behind you. You still behind me, are you? Perhaps not visible there. Project Flyer radar, however, will tell the answer to that. I mean, British Airways don't own any 737, so presumably as a result, that's why your flight model's not appeared. The only British Airways subsidiary that own 73s are Comair, and they're based in Africa, South Africa. I'm currently on base clock. I never really got into overclocking, so this is base for me. Cruise level 340 I'm at today. 340. Currently cruising at Mach 0.73, 0.74. Inverness, Scotland, yes. Inverness in Scotland. It's the capital of the Highlands. No worries, Ender. Yeah, okay, maybe it just doesn't work. Scotland's lovely, blue and green seas, and the cobbles in Edinburgh is like Coronation Street, of course it is. Is it sad to send for going with British Airways? It is. I am relatively disappointed by that because I've never flown in the 747, and I should have on the 8th of May. I had a ticket for it. I had the ticket in my hands. About a week before the flight went, the COVID case took that ticket out of my hand. As a result, BA have now cancelled the entire fleet, so it's a dream of mine. It's a dream of mine that has been shattered now. Hopefully, at some point I'll be able to redo it with another airline. Lufthansa will keep their 748s for a little while to come. I know Korean have a few of them as well, so there are options, but we'll see. Now, you fly on P3, the 747 by PMDG, best plane to exist. I've heard good things about it. I don't own it myself, but I have heard really good things. I mean, PMDG is a developer, their stuff is A star, so yeah, you expect it's good with them. You expect it's very good. Robert Randazzo is a maniac, but he's a genius. He's put together a crew of flights and developers that are expert in their fields, and genuinely, his stuff is amazing. I do love PMDG. Right, top of the descent, how long is that? 0817, it's currently 0857, so 20 minutes to top of descent. 20 minutes. No worries, Ryan. Take care. Keep well. Only PMDG could share their planes and next plane. To be fair, with the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator just around the corner, PMDG, they were interested at a point, but at this point now it's just not going to happen, I'm afraid. Don't expect it. It's a shame, but it is a reality. NG3 is FS 2020 only, yes. The NG3 is based on the technology of the NGXU, and the NG3 will be FS 2020 only. How do you remember the controls? Mind-boggling, it's thousands of different switches and controls. You remember it because you're pressing the same switches every time. I mean, there's a fair few options, yes, but especially the A320, you're only going to press maybe 10 of them. Start with the batteries, you turn on the external power if you have external power on the ground, you align the IRS, most of it's pretty much then done for you. When you're ready to start up the APU, start up the master switch and start button, switch the APU bleed on. Following that, you feel like hopefully be already on at that point. Yeah, APU is active, you then turn off the ground power unit, disconnect it from the aircraft. And then yeah, start switch is just that down here. So the A320, it's a very simple aircraft to remember. We'll have the A380 in the future. If we ever get one, yes, but we don't have one, and as it stands, we're probably never going to. Mouse yoke or yoke? Neither. I use a flight stick. I own the HOTAS Warthog. It's an expensive bit of kit, but it is the best bit of kit out there, so I do own the HOTAS Warthog. I mean, I'd like to have a yoke, but the fact is, I just don't have the manoeuvring space on this desk to allow me to do it, because this is also my work PC and everything else as well, so I've had a bit more space than sure, but space for me is at a premium, and as a result, I need to be relatively clear with what's going on in front of me. You might take that group with your Boeings and Cosmos for the Airbus. I mean, if you've got the money to spend, then absolutely. I don't. Pre-order debt for 2020? Not yet. I will do. I'm just waiting for my salary to come in at the end of the month. So, unless someone was to donate $120, and I'll just buy the full pack. Thank you for following Mobile Aviation. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Oh, hey. Hi. How you doing, man? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. How are you? I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad at all. So, we're not too far now from the Scottish border. Not too long now until we hit the Scotland. Our aircraft is doing us good and jolly at the moment. Yeah, so far so good. Once we get to the Highlands especially, that's when things start to rather get pretty. Until then, we're fine down here. We're fine down south. So like a vibration or something. I'm not quite sure what exactly vibrated. If the sim crashed, I'd be shooting myself in the head, I can tell you that now. Bravo Alpha Whiskey, can you go to 420 knots? I mean, my ground speed right now is 429, 427, so... see how this will go. Ooh, a bit of turbulence there. It's going to help the slow down at least. There you go. Our ground speed is now 420 knots. Oh, is your sim crashed? Ah, okay. Well, I salute you, fallen captain. Yes, there was a bit of turbulence there, but nothing too bad. 2020 is based on modern tech, so it should crash. Oh yeah, so... oh, pardon me, tired. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 should be the pinnacle of modern technology, so crashing will be at a minimal. Let's increase our speed a little bit. Let's try and get to Inverness a bit early. Earn some time. We're a little bit late on departure actually, so if we can gain any time in the air, I'd absolutely love that. About to fly through Carlisle. Carlisle being the border town for Scotland. Don't you just wake up? That's because I did wake up. It's 9 in the morning in the UK. I woke up at 7:45, so I've been streaming for an hour now. And stream was the first thing I did from waking up, because I've got a long day ahead of me. I've got this, I've then got volunteering at the railway, I've then got meet up with friends in the evening, so long day ahead. Currently over Carlisle. In about a minute, maybe less than that, we'll cross the pink squiggly line, which is Scotland. Got some cousins in Essex, nice. It's a nice area, Essex. It's gonna be a long weekend. Okay, apologies. They got some. Right, so on sound the bagpipes, for we have just entered the Scots land. Next stop, Inverness. Next stop, the Scottish Highlands. Yeah, I do hope to go to Scotland once again soon. Had a fantastic time the first time I went, so I'll definitely go there again relatively soon after this lockdown comes to an end and non-essential travel starts to become a bit more viable. I mean, you can travel now for non-essential needs, but again, sorry, not yet. I'm going to wait for things to rather calm down first before I go anywhere. I enjoy travelling, but at the same time, I'm not one to risk everything. should start getting ready for our 50% now. We're only a couple minutes away until we reach. Fine, we're a couple minutes early, so we've actually gained a minute so far. Hopefully we'll gain a few more as we get closer to our destination. Increase by another 10 knots. Soon we'll be over Glasgow. Everyone's disappeared from the chat now. Just me on my own. It does happen in cruise. I'm sure once we start descending and coming into land again, we'll have a few more people pop by. But hey, this is always the quiet bits. Fairly hefty winds, I must say. The aircraft's not particularly flying on the line, just because the winds are pushing it to the sides. 101 knots. What's the wind like in Inverness at the moment? Okay, so it's 12 knot wind at 220, so it's a headwind at least. But it's a strong one, I must say. No Sachin, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat, hope you're doing well. Don't worry, not too bad at the moment. We'll soon be atop of descent. We're actually very soon top of descent. We're actually right there now. I'm glad I just checked that. We need to be at 2,000. Yes, I am aware that Train Simulator 2 has been delayed by 2 weeks. The reason for that is that they can enable the different, what is it? So they can enable the different legacy routes and scenarios on the scenario editor. So as a result, you can now mix and match the old stuff with the new stuff, and ultimately, I think it's a good way to do it. And okay, there's a 2-week delay, but it is worth it. It's for the better. So we are now descending. We've got our approach plan set. It's now just a straight line. Once we make this turn between us and Inverness. As it stands, we're now going to be relatively behind the winds, so if we increase our speed a little bit, use that to our benefit, we'll get essentially pushed by the airflow close to the airport. If we can gain a few minutes to try and catch up from our late departure, then ultimately that's what we're trying to achieve at this point. Welcome Sam, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you today? We've hit our top of descent. We are now starting our approach into Inverness. bit cloudy, but nothing too bad. You can just about see some of the Highland mountains peeking through the clouds there. As we get close to Inverness, they're going to get higher, so well worth keeping an eye out for those. I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Should be quite a good weekend for me, so keep an eye out for that. How about you? How are you doing? So I've got our approach programmed in. Starts our descent, now passes through 20,000. Turn on seatbelt sign now, ready for the landing. About 20 minutes now from arrival. In fact, we're much closer than that. We're really not too far away from the airport at this point. Passengers expect to arrive on 60 minutes. We are going to be a little bit late, I must admit. Just have the cat there. So we're not too far now. Airport's 40 miles away. Actually, 30 miles away, but the actual approach takes 40 miles out as we do the loop around onto the ILS and come back in. Welcome back, Ryan. Welcome back. Just a bit of turbulence again, but I have got a seatbelt sign already on this time. Welcome Thomas, how you doing? Welcome back Enderworld. Welcome back everyone. How are you doing today? How am I meant to be at this point? Because you're looking relatively high to be relatively close. 8,500 in 10 miles. Need some spoilers there for that. About past 10,000, so turn the landing lights. Also around the turn, I'm sure we'll be able to stop that. Which overlay? You talking about the one that's at the top or the one that's at the bottom, just like there? Which one? Speed brake's still active. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, Airbus. Altitude-wise, yeah. Altitude's much better as well. Should be relatively strong for this approach. landing. Don't toss, okay. I mean, the answer is on the screen right now. You can read what approach I've set. Ultimately, you can decide which one I go for. Snooping around. There's no air traffic in the area, there's no active control tower from what I can see. Still on Unicom, so we'll just bring it down and bring it to an end. Airport is now in sight. We are below the glide slope. As soon as the magenta diamonds align, we'll bring it into land. Coming in a little bit fast, I must admit. Go. Flying British Airways today, and British Airways colours. Just kind of let go some of the speeds in preparation of landing. Get down. Spoilers will retract. Alarm those. Pre-landing checklists. Medium brakes for medium runway. No, I do not own a Flight Factor 320. I own both ToLiss 19 and 21, so I ain't fussing. Performance, which I saw set as well. Probably should know a bit earlier, but hey, it's actually 1010 now. 010. What was it? 220 at 12. And temperature is 7 degrees. Position height 100. Full flaps landing. That will do. 31 BLS. Bit of heavy turbulence at the moment. No, I do not have the flight factor 320. Job, I am a marketer. I do marketing. Approach mode sets. So follow glide slope down to about 1,000. We'll then take manual control on and bring it down to land. There's no real terrain for us to worry about. We'll leave the radar on. Right. Where is it? There. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Please be seated for landing. Yep, this is going to be the only flight today. This is not all extra. This is ortho. This is all freeware scenery. Ortho for XP. It's a very, very nice way to do freeware overlays. So let's say at 1,000, take manual control. Oops, cabin check. Pre-land checks complete. 1,000. Whoops. Oh, here we go again. Hang on. It's just a very odd way of how my thing's set up. My autopilot disengage button is set to toga, so just need to be careful about pressing that. We're 10 minutes behind schedule, so we are late, unfortunately, today. But nothing that's too particularly bad.
500.
I should get ToLiss updated textures. I should do. The fact is, everyone tells me to. I always say I will do, but I just don't remember to do it, so... Here we go. Minimums, we are committed.
50, 40, 30, retard, 10, right.
Ooh, bit of a hefty one that, but I'll take it. 60 knots reverse thrust cuts. Welcome to Inverness. We'll taxi the end of the runway and then we shall exit to the right.
Gentlemen, we have
heavy approach to touchdown, like I say. Not horrible. Not a butter today. To be fair, 550-minute touchdowns not generally too bad. It's the G limits that is your problem. As long as your G limits are down, then you can have a heavy touchdown feet per minute wise, but ultimately it'd be very light landing. Yes, we'll be looking at the replays, don't you worry. We'll be having a look at that landing again. Landing lights off, taxi lights set. The APU should be active by the time we get to the gates, because the gates are right here. Welcome to Inverness Airport. Not really much in the way of ground markings here, I must say. Oops, going to roll downhill now. Bit of throttle in. And we'll hold the brakes. Stick the parking brake on. AP bleed active. Engines off. And also seatbelt signs off. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inverness. Local time right now is 10:45, and temperature outside the airplane right now is at 7 degrees Celsius. We thank you for flying British Airways today, and we hope to see you with us again in a future flight. Right. That message changed there for some reason. Anyhow, we're on the ground now. We'll do a basic clean-up, but like I say, ultimately this aircraft will be doing another flights later on in the day, and so they'll start programming the flights for their next leg, which will probably be back to Heathrow. Didn't flare early enough. You're not meant to flare super early, but hey. No, the fact is, with Airbus aircraft, the flare law I never understand, because it kind of forces the aircraft down, and you're meant to react to it by pulling up in a natural way. I try and catch it, I try and mess it. I've never been able to land it. I can land an Airbus very well or really badly. I've never had an average landing. You have really soft, really heavy. I can never understand flare law. Anyhow, yeah, that's all set up for turnaround. Passenger will be disembarking the aircraft at this point. Why is this not barking? Why is my keyboard not moving? Ah, is it this? It's that. Oh yeah, I should have done the flaps as well, shouldn't I? Whoops, bit late for that now. Alright, let's end the flight. Let's get the passengers disembarked. So, end flight. Slight departure delay, slight arrival delay, hard land. Yeah. Ultimately, it was an average flight. Nothing particularly special. Passengers are not so happy. But hey, it is what it is. Not every flight's going to be experts. Idle is whenever the Airbus tells you to. It tells you to idle the throttle. It tells you to retard the throttles. And then flaring, that was about 10 feet again. If you fly the Airbus aircrafts, you need to kind of figure out flare law to do it well. Anyhow, let's disconnect from my video. Let's have a look at this replay, shall we? So clear that. Let's take the replay back a bit. We'll do it from passenger hand side first, and then we'll have a look at it from outside. So, low approach over Inverness. So far, so good. Let's have this from outside. I'm not quite sure. Oops. Let's have a replay. There we go. Let's have this from outside. I want to have a closer look at this landing. Aircraft comes in. Nice and stable. If I just feel a slight drop in the frame rate there. Very odd. I'm not too sure. We did flare for that. The ground effects just didn't kick in for me. Fair enough. Anyhow, so yeah, this aircraft's now in Inverness. They'll be preparing for a turnaround and we'll send the aircraft back to either Heathrow or Gatwick, ready for its next couple of legs. Anyhow, I've got to go now in a bit because I've got to do the way volunteering, so I'll be disappearing in a couple of moments. You guys take care, have a good weekend. Thank you again for tuning in, for those who subscribed and followed as well the channel on Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, take care. See you next time. Bye bye.